Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta on a morning of geopolitical risk following Israel's strikes on Iran. Commodities-focused stocks and the defense sector are in focus this morning, certainly, Kriti.
Good morning, Nathan. It absolutely is. A risk-off sentiment across the board. Almost every stock in the S&P 500 is in the red, save the sectors you just talked about. So I think it's worth just going straight there to tell you what's not in the red this morning. And right at the top of the gate is, or right top of the pile, I should say, is the defense stocks. So Raytheon, for example, is top of it, higher by about, we'll call it 6% here, trading at about $148 a share this morning. RTX is your ticker. It's joined right at the top with Lockheed Martin. LMT is your ticker, higher by about 5%, trading at $493 a share. And I do want to flag very quickly that although it is a defense-first kind of day, and we've seen that with the news flow, traditionally when you have those kind of headlines, Boeing would be up there as well. But we know because of the Air India crash that our colleague Michael Barr was just talking about, those shares are actually lower. So BA is your ticker, down about 1.2% this morning, $201 a share, not taking part of the rally you are seeing in the defense sector. But Nathan, you mentioned it, oil as well, and I think that's important. You had a 13% increase in oil prices this morning when I woke up. That is, of course, paired, but certainly showed up in a big way when it comes to those energy-exposed stocks. So, for example, Exxon is a great company to look at right alongside Chevron. XOM is your ticker for Exxon, higher by about 3.7% this morning, trading at $113 a share. Chevron is higher as well by about 3.5%. CVX is your ticker, higher by, like I said, 3.5%, trading at $150 a share. I should mention that in the commodity sector, you were seeing a lot of the shale players moving in quite a big way, higher by 3 to 4%. And the reason this is significant, if you look at the oil price, forgive me, Nathan, just to nerd out for a moment. If you look at the oil price, the geopolitical risk premium between Brent and NYMEX, aka the oil produced outside of the United States versus the oil produced within the United States, is actually very low. And when you see that premium lower, or the difference lower, it actually means good things for American oil companies. And that's what you're seeing in this equity market right now for Chevron and Exxon, which of course are international companies. But a lot of the companies like Marathon Petroleum, for example, or ConocoPhillips, that have a little bit more local exposure. So you're really seeing some massive moves in the local U.S. energy sector as well. But in that same vein of commodities, we should get a quick check on Newmont as well. NEM, of course, the famous gold miner, higher by about 1.3%, trading at just shy of $57 a share. So following again the gold price that you are seeing in the broader session. So lots of news there, Nathan, when it comes to the geopolitics. I'll end very quickly on an update when it comes to U.S. Steel. The ticker is just the letter X, has nothing to do with the geopolitics necessarily, but those shares are down about 5% this morning, trading at $51 a share on headlines and reports that its deal with Nippon Steel may actually stall. And we know that there has been a lot of momentum baked into that stock with Donald Trump's support now for getting that Japanese investment. This time, not really playing in that company's favor.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.